Hi, it is mid-December, and I thought I would send out a quick communication to all of my clients about some of the things that have been coming up more regularly over the last several weeks or months. And the four things that I want to touch on are: number one, the upcoming tax season; number two, some of the IIROC changes and statement support; three is obviously the state of the markets, which we'll address shortly; and also the fourth thing is a little bit about IG Wealth Management and some of the changes, some of the exciting changes coming up. So first off, I want to talk a little bit about the tax season, because this year, especially for clients with non-registered assets, it's going to be really important for us to talk as you're getting ready to file your 2018 tax return, because there's going to be information on the old MFDA statements, and there's going to be information on the new IIROC statements that are going to be relevant for your tax filing. So we need to make sure that we talk before you file your tax return. On that note, in speaking about the statements, I know that the statements look different, and I've had lots of conversations about that over the last several months, and Investors Group is working hard to sort of adjust the statements and the way they look. And in particular, a lot of clients have had very positive returns over the last 5-10 years. And when we transitioned over to IIROC, the return communications or reporting is really effective the date when we transferred over your accounts. And so it's sort of started fresh. And the company is working hard to get some of the old information brought into to your statements so that we can see a real picture going forward. Which of course brings me to the conversation about the markets, which of course over the last weeks or months there's been a fair bit of volatility in the markets. And I mean, as much as clients don't like to see negative statements, I can tell you that for long-term investors, volatility is a very important factor in getting positive returns in the long term. Basically, what happens is when the markets take a little bit of a breather like they have, it gives the investment managers the opportunity to buy some of the securities, some of the good quality securities that are sort of on sale, if you will. And so obviously for the patient investor, this creates an opportunity to really see some positive returns in the long term. And in this day and age, with all the media and just with access to information, I think it's more important than ever to stay focused and to have a plan for your investments, because without it, you can get caught up in either the hype or the fear of things that are going on in the market, which really don't have as much of an impact long term as you might think. And if you think back to 1999, when tech stocks were bubbling up, or if it was 2008 when oil was $145 and they figured it was going to be $400 before too long, and now we're sitting around 50. In 2011, gold was at 1,900 an ounce, and everybody was talking about it's skyrocketing, and it's now around 1,250, 1,300, and same thing with whether it was Bitcoin in 2017 or this year. It's the big the hype stock were weed stocks. And so obviously it's really important for us to leave it to the professionals to sort of manage this stuff. And my philosophy has always been, don't make a killing, don't get killed. And that hasn't changed. And one of the things that I can tell you is we're in the process of sending out a mailing, and it's called The Big Picture. And oftentimes we'll talk about this stuff when we're meeting. And it's really, when you see it in the mail and you read through it, please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. But it really kind of brings it all into perspective as far as sort of time in the markets versus trying to time the markets, which timing the markets never works, but time in the markets always works. So and really just the whole concept of sort of staying focused and rebalancing and taking advantage of the volatility. Those are all the things that we can control, and the market is one thing we can't control. So on that note, I want to talk a little bit about IG Wealth Management because, really as a company, I've never seen them more focused on getting results for our clients. And I've always been very focused on doing the right things for my clients, and I believe that Investors Group has always been there. And now with the, not just with the change in the name to IG Wealth Management, but with our new CEO, I believe that we're set to create some fantastic plans and some fantastic results for our clients. So on that note, I look forward to working with you and with your families for many years to come. And I wanted to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in 2019. Take care.